Alright, so I'm back for a little bit, and I'm going to be picking up where we left off after beating Brawly to head through Petalburg Woods to get to Rustboro. When I last got off here, we had just gotten Carnivine. There it is. So we just got Carnivine, and I think having a pure grass type that's also able to levitate above ground type moves. I mean, we already weren't going to be taking much damage from the ground, but having a complete immunity to that, I think that's going to help us out here. Execute is great, but it's also psychic type, so a different defensive profile. Alright, so firstly, before we can get to Rustboro, we have to get through Petalburg Woods. So, first thing we have to do, well, let's look at the couple trainers we got in there, which aren't many. First, we've got Bugcatcher Lyle. He's going to be going against us with Ariados, Crookatoon, and Ninjask. So, he's leading off with Ariados. Let's see what things are looking like here. Can we easily one-shot this? Let's see what Masquerade can do. So Masquerade does outspeed. Even with crits, it never gets one shot. And Air Cutter... Okay, so Air Cutter doesn't one-shot, but it does two-shot. It does have Shadow Sneak. So there's a pretty good chance that a quick attack right after Air Cutter is going to take it out, and that's if we don't crit. Yeah, because at absolute minimum, we're doing 98% damage there. At a minimum, yeah, I can't rely on crit chance, but even still, yeah, I think we have a pretty easy way to get that out here. As long as Cross Poison doesn't crit, we should be fine. Of course, it does have scope lens and everything. Let me double check Cross Poison. There we go. So, we do have to worry a little bit about it poisoning us here. But I imagine if it does, it'll probably just be the same thing as if we switch to somebody else, so we can just get the Snoring Berry. No big deal here. Alrighty. So, next up, who's gonna come out against me? Let's see. So Crookatoon sees that I one-shot it and it's slower, so it has to send out Ninjask, who's at least faster. And it's probably going to see that kill with dual wing beat. So, who do we want to bring in? Very likely, we want to bring in Dreadnought here. Yeah, Ice Fang has a chance to OHKO here. I have to worry about Giga Drain doing a lot to us, but realistic, we can't crit here. It's unlikely we get the OHKO though, and it's faster. Okay, who else might be good against Ninjask? Horsey, what do you do? Not really a ton. As good as Aurora Beam does, you can take over half with crits. Aaron, you don't take much from dual wing beat. And Giga Drain doesn't do half. Oh, yeah, and meanwhile, Rock Slide just OHKOs. Alright, so I think we have, just to make sure, Dreadnought. If we had Rock Tomb, that might knock it out. But like I said, Razor Shell's going to be better for us once we actually get to Roxanne. But yeah, I think we have an easy answer in Aaron here, because we never get two-shot, and we always one-shot. Perfect. Now, lastly, it has to send out Kricketune. I've got one berry, so it can't status it or anything. Now that's gonna try and Rock Smash us here. So, who do we want to send in? Who can afford a defense drop? Ironically, despite not resisting it, Primplop may do best here, considering it never dies after getting 2-hit. Can't have its defense lowered. Pluck isn't going to do anything for me here. At least not as far as its berry goes. Does do a lot of damage, but I can't then one-shot it with Aqua Jet. Who else might we be looking at? Well, we are faster than Kricketune, but we don't one-shot it. So can't rely on the horse over here. Seadra is in a similar position. Not faster though. Doppler is not doing good against supposed bug moves. Execute is in a really rough spot there. Now, Infu. Oh, Harry Lace can mess me up. Can ship it with Fake Out, but not doing much more than that. Could be good for a pivot. Herdier, after a Rock Smash, is not in a good position. Speed type too. Anyway, that's Sparky over here. After a Rock Smash lowering the defense, Bug Bite has us in a lot of danger there. Okay, Tortuga, you're taking a lot from Rock Smash after your defense is lowered. So we're assuming max roll crits here. You're not faster, but Rock Slide does a lot. 75% chance to OHKO. If you could reliably take 2 hits, I'd say absolutely go for it, but the sheer amount of damage it can do after Rock Smash hitting would be a bit better if we had Solid Rock, but, you know, Weasel, you can Fake Out, but Felsting is really messing us up here, and Carnivine is not in a good spot. Okay. So there's no one easy answer for Kricketune here. So Masquerain is taking an area dose. How does Masquerain do? Well, if we can pull off having enough health, Air Cutter pretty much always OHKOs here. Especially after its attack's gonna be lower. Yeah. We may just want to switch in Masquerain. Okay, cool. Regardless, we do want to have other stuff ready to go here. Let's see. Yeah, even after crits, Primplop is fine to at least get 1 hit in. And it does have priority if we need it later. Manfu never dies to 1 hit and it has Fake Out. Well, unless it's going for Aerial Ace. It doesn't die to anything except Aerial Ace and it's got Fake Out. The Weasel can only die to Bug Bite. Only to crit Bug Bite. It does have Fake Out, so we can throw that in. Pidgeotto would do a lot here, but it would be taking a lot from your slash anyway. So, other than that, I honestly just think Dreadnought over here, with not having to worry about crits, is always a nice pivot. Alright, cool. The only status we have to worry about is Ariados potentially poison Masquerain with cross poison, and realistically, we're probably better off just holding Thornberry here. There we go. Alright. So Masquerain's the only one that might get statused, and, well... we only need to deal one extra damage here, which we almost always do. Honestly, yeah, Petalburg might be better there. We have enough. We can give it one Petalburg to protect against the poison. Everyone else gets orange berries, and we probably won't even use this Petalburg, but just for safety. Alrighty, let's go. Here we are. Alright, so I have Repellent on, so we'll just walk over here. This is the first of only 2 battles in Petalburg, so let's go for it. Make sure I got them in the right order. Yeah, Anomalies first. Cool. Low Ariados. Alright. Go. Still have to worry about crits, not worrying about Intimidate, but whatever. Alright, it just Shadow Sneaks because it sees a possible locale. Here we go. Actually, let me double check that. Did it see a possible locale at all? Yeah, technically. Alright, so I guess now we're against Ninjask with basically no damage taken, but that dual wing beat is gonna rough us up, so all we have to do is, as planned, switch to Steel Sword here. Take a dual wing beat, just absolutely face tank it. We never die to this next hit. And all we have to do is Rock Slide. Actually, let's Rock Tomb, just for the hell of it. It always kills, and we'll make a tomb for it. Dead Ninjask used the Wider to speed back up. Alright, so Cricketune here destroys us with Rock Smash completely. So we just go into Anomaly here, and we shouldn't have to worry about much. Is lowered, but also its attack is lowered. Regardless, and -1 defense and -1 attack. We still shouldn't have to worry too much about crits. An Aerial Ace crit, maybe. Air Cutter almost always KOs, though. If Aerial Ace doesn't crit, then we're fine. We just have to worry about if it does. But Air Cutter, we're good. Basically riskless. There we go. Let's go ahead, heal up. Didn't have to use any items there, actually. Yeah, theoretically, there were probably riskless ways to take that out thanks to Chewy there, but honestly, I just kind of didn't feel like it. There was basically no risk there. If we get past Shell, then I'll be more anal about taking the riskless routes on every trainer. Right now, we're very early game, so we don't need to worry about every little thing too much. Alrighty, so now there's just one more trainer. Petalburg Woods. There are four trainers on the way to Rustboro, but those are the last ones before the gym. So this isn't loading, let me just refresh there. There we go. And here they are. Alright, so anyway, a lot of these are optional things that we do after the gym. So anyway, next one is Bug Maniac James. Let me just advance this. Here we go. Alrighty, so it's going to be leading off with Larvesta here. So what is our best way to just demolish this? Masquerade, can you air cutter this? You can't one-shot it. It probably doesn't will-o-wisp here. At the same time, flame charge should make it faster than us. Yeah, and a quick attack after an air cutter isn't guaranteed to kill thanks to the EV light there. Okay, so we'll want to try for something else here. Oh, remind me, what does Skitter Smack lower? Okay, special attack. Penguin over here's got a clear body, don't have to worry about that. We'll try and Skitter Smack, but just Bubble Beam into Aqua Jet is always a kill. Okay, cool. Works for me. And worst case scenario with crit, Skitter Smack can't even do half. Sounds good. Just to make sure. try and burn Dreadnought though. I suppose I may try and do the same thing Burn Blood, but I don't always Hoko this. Whereas I can always kill this on the second thing with Aqua Jet. Okay, yeah, we can just go for that. Throw a Rustboro. So who does I want to bring in against me? By Brava is faster. So I can do 62. Okay, it's just faster, so it's just +1. Shedinja over here is slower, and it sees me Okoing, so it doesn't bring in Shedinja. Bombay is faster. Sees me doing more damage. Okay, so Vibrava and Bombay are just +1, so Vibrava's going to come in next. Realistically, what's the Yachi Berry do again? Has to receive effective ice type attack. Okay. Interesting. In that case, Dreadnought. Still have better than a coin flip on Stoko with Ice Flame, but realistically, 2 Bubble Beams kills. So I guess depending on how my HP is after Larvesta, we'll see. But I need a backup plan for it, so let's Masquerade doing. Not taking any from Stomping Tantrum if it happens to use it, which it should. Not to mention intimidates it. I'm also faster, and Air Cutter is gonna two-shot it. Don't even have to worry about too much. Oh, just breaking swipe forward again. Okay, it just lowers physical attack, so I'm good there. Okay. So yeah, good for the Brava. Now, next up, it's never going to send out Shedinja against me. Instead, it has to send out Rabon because it's at least faster. Although, unless something weird happens with fake tears, I should be fine. Because I air cutter this. I probably don't Oko. Quick attack may not kill after a breaking swipe. A second air cutter, if I have the health for it, will always kill. Regardless, what's something else that could go against Rabandi here? Tortuga, Carnivine, not Weasel, not Mainfu. Maybe Electric? Probably not Dreadnought. Probably not Herdier. Definitely not Execute. Nor Doppler. Probably not Aaron, although Rockslide does always one-shot. This does Ironhead. Well, Ponyta pretty much does everything I need it to here. Yep, okay. And Cedric doesn't do that great. Okay, yeah, Pony does a good backup there. Cool. Finally, it sends out Shedinja. All 3 these guys are faster than it. Just have to make sure they don't die to Shadow Sneak, and everybody has at least something against it. So let's go ahead and just bring in a few other mods here. Main food has Fake Out. We needed it, but I'd feel more comfortable with Shell Armor over here. Shelly resists a fair few things and has priority. Info at least does have Fake Out in the generator, so maybe something can come of that. Regardless, I don't really have to worry about anything other than burns here. Primplop can carry a Rustberry since I am a little worried about it getting burned, but that's the worst case scenario. Everybody else can maybe get burned, maybe uncertain, and get burned by Shedinja. I'm not worried. So Primplop gets a Rustberry. I am a little worried about Bug making damage ranges weird over here. On Vibrava. I don't have to worry about. Nah, I don't have to worry about the damage ranges there. Oh wait, right. I don't have Rustberries yet. All right. Guess Primplop gets an Oranberry then, as does everyone else. Oh right, I haven't actually put in the team yet. All right, so let's see. Primplop first, then Masquerade. Penguin, Anomaly. We've got Ponyta. And Dreadnought, Tortuga, and Mainfield. There it is. So everyone just gets Oranberries because I forgot we don't have Rustberries yet. Make sure we've got everyone in order. Yep, Penguins first. So here we go. What's this guy say again? Right. Just stay out of tall grass tutorial. Alright, well, let's go for it. So it does Will-O-Wisp. So, let's see. Accidentally hit the speed up key there. Anyway, so we do get burned. Let's see. Unfortunately, Aquajet doesn't kill here roll with burn, so I'm just gonna go ahead. You can't do that much to us, really. Skitter Smack can do a decent amount, actually. Well, let's just do 2 Aquajets and call it a day. Maybe we crit. So it brings out Rabandi then. Yeah, probably sees that, probably sees kill with Magical Leaf there, doesn't it? Fair enough. Well, not necessarily. Regardless, if it crits, it can do up to 42 damage, so I can stay in, especially with burn. So, we just bring in Haunts for it. Come on, Haunts. Alright, fake tears. Okay, so this is over here, -2 special defense and 52 health. I just want to double check here to make sure we can't die. Okay, so being crit can do a max of 48, so no, we can't ever die. Unless it also confuses. But if it does that much, we're gonna heal from our Oranberry before we take confusion damage, so we should be good. Yeah, we'll be fine. Don't crit or confuse. No crit, okay. No confusion either, seems. Cool. Brava it is. That's probably going to try and Stomping Tantrum here. Either way, we just bring in Anomaly. There we go. And now, Aircut or Bubble Beam here. I think we air cuttered. And maybe it even crits. Nice. Not that that changed anything. Okay. Attack fell from Breaking Swipe. You go ahead and just put that in here for quick attack calcs. Shedinja, the only thing that you can realistically do to me is not anything really. Yeah, all you're gonna do is Shadow Sneak. Everything here. Can't cut the trees yet, right? So let's go back, heal up, and start working on these next trainers on the other side of Route 104. Adrena's berries off here. Okay, so now, next trainer, we've got outside Petalburg. It's one of only 4 that we have to do until we get to Rustboro. First one is Rich Boy Winston. So he's got a Furfru and a Mightyena that are going to be trying to take us down here. Realistically, he can't beat us. We can't wipe to him, but I can't afford to take a loss here. So, Fur Coat means I'm going to have to be selective with my moves a little bit. Let's go to coverage too. Proof, what are you doing? Not a lot. Okay. Hans, you do have fire moves. No, I'm thinking Fluffy. So yeah, you're not doing a ton. Whereas Headbutt does a lot to you. Okay. Well, hey. Dreadnought, you resist normal, but you have to worry about Rock Smash. Yeah, okay. Tortuga, again, you're taking a lot of your damage from Rock Smash, and that can be dangerous. So, what else we got? Weasel, what are you up to? So you're taking Headbutts. You do outspeed, so you don't have to... Actually, it's a speed tie. Lunches aren't super likely then, but still. You're not doing a ton. Carnivine, what are you up to? Leaf Tornado isn't too bad here, but Headbutt does a lot. Electric, what have you got going on? Looks like Shockwave does okay damage. Manfu? Don't outspeed. You're taking your damage from Covet, unless it decides to go for a random Headbutt. Regardless, Fake Out. It's a Covet's. It won't KO me. After a Drain Punch, if the first one doesn't crit, I've got Nornberry. I'm not sure if it'll trigger the Nornberry if it doesn't crit. No, probably not. Okay, so more than likely, 2 Covets can't KO me if the first one doesn't crit. So I think I can comfortably lead you. Let me double check other options first. Herdier, submission actually does decent damage. Of course, it's rock smashing. Execute over here. Maybe. Doppler, Masquerain is taking Headbutts. Not super well. Heron can barely take 1 Rock Smash. And Cedra over here can't do a ton. Okay, so middle remain fair. And once we figure out a Vienna counter here. Yeah, once we figure out a Vienna counter, we'll pretty much be good and just have everybody else. Just have everyone else for backup. Okay. So yeah, thanks to Covet, Mainfu probably isn't doing much there. Penguin, what you got? Well, Crunch crits can do a lot to you, so I'm concerned about that. Crunch is a possible one-shot. Okay, Dreadnought. Dreadnought does really well here. Yeah, Crunch can do a decent bit, but as long as we switch it in, if we just Razor Shell, we should two-shot. Most of the time, at least. Maybe we three-shot. After an Oranberry, we should be fine. It's not like we can take crits. Okay, cool. I don't think anyone else is going to do insanely better than that, thanks to planning around crits. Doesn't seem like it. Murder doesn't do too bad, although, man, that submission does a lot of recoil. Execute $1 time to crunch. Masquerade is not doing great against Fire and Ice Fang. Still Struggle Bug can do a lot. Aaron actually doesn't do all that bad here. Maybe I could even get off a rock too. Okay. Well, Furfur's the one I'm more worried about, so let's see. Against you. Carnivine is never two-shot, and Leaf Tornado does okay. What about Weasel? Never one-shot, it does have Fake Out. It has priority, but Furcoat, that ain't gonna do a ton probably. Masquerade is never two-shot, especially after an Intimidate. Okay, Masquerade's just good to have with Intimidate anyway. Electric usually isn't two-shot. Shockwave does a decent amount. Okay, other than that, I think Carnivine. Carnivine's not good against Mightyena. As long as we're dodging crits, Tortuga is very resistant here. Has access to priority. Okay, yeah, that'll work. Can't be too safe. Not worried about poison, of course, so everyone just gets an Oranberry. Just double check, make sure the Whiskers is usually going to be fine against it's gonna go first, but as long as we don't flinch, we're probably fine. And we've got a whole other host of mons to come in if we need it to. So yeah, I feel comfortable with main food as the lead. Worst case scenario, we switch it out and Regenerator does its thing. Alrighty. More cherry berries. A ridiculous amount of them. And a ridiculous amount of warm berries. What is this up here again? Oh, right, a revive. So, okay. Nothing to... yeah, nothing I can actually use up here. Might as well pick up the super potion though. Revives can be sold at least. Alrighty. Here we go. Rich Boy Winston. Just make sure we're in the right order. Yep. Alright, well let's go for it. Alright, so fake out first. Just getting that little bit of chip damage. Alright, and now we Drain Punch. No flinch, please. Thank you. Nice crit, Whiskers. From there, we just Drain Punch again. Went for cover that time. Overlapping damage ranges will do that sometimes. There we go. Get a little more of that recovery. And now we have Mightyena. Intimidate does mean my attack's down, so I'm not really feeling staying in here. Besides, got 45 health, it's got covet. I'm pretty sure it can take me out. Yeah. Alright, so, as planned, we swap Chewie into the Mightyena. Covet doesn't do much, and all we gotta do is Razor Shell. No defense drop, please. That's not great. We should be fine though, since we don't have to worry about crits. So we're going down to 57, -1 defense. Can it? No, Crunch still can only do 36 max. Okay, Razor Shell again then. Nice. Wasn't sure if that would kill there. We would have had to switch out to avoid a possible Crunch KO, but no big deal. We had a bunch of other Pokemon ready to go. Alrighty, so we're just heading back, healing up, then we're gonna look towards the next fight. Fisherman Ivan. Only 3 battles left till we get to Rustboro. Alrighty. Put everyone back and see what we want to do against him. First Pokemon here is gonna be Quillfish. We have to worry about Dive and Toxic trying to Venoshock us afterwards. So Carnivine takes a ridiculous amount from Venoshock right off the rip here. So, I'm wondering... yeah, I'm wondering how will Electric do here? There it is. Well, it can still take a lot of damage, but... and -1 attack. Thunder Punch doesn't do as much as we would hope. And it can potentially two-shot us. Now there's a good chance it goes for Toxic, but it may just go for Dive immediately. Okay, so maybe Electric isn't the best lead? I don't know. We'll find out. So, who else would be good here? Let's think. Well, let's just go through them one by one. About Aaron. Well, Venoshock can't do much, but Dive, on the other hand, could potentially one-shot us. So, that's not great. Dreadnought, what are you doing? Well, you aren't taking much from either, especially since they can't crit you. You're not faster than Quillfish. At -1 attack, you're really not doing as much as I would hope. If we were switching in, though, Headbutt ironically does the most damage out of anything here. Let's see who else we have as potential options. Well, Grimlove doesn't take that much damage even with crits. Haunts can just die to Dive. Weasel over here is in danger. Tortuga, how are you feeling? Rockslide does a lot. It does a lot as well. Carnivine, you're not doing great. Dive can do a lot against Herdier here. So much that I'd be worried about recoil damage. Though Takedown does do its thing sometimes. Masquerade, let's see. Still not faster. You're not getting O-Code. Your code does a decent bit. Execute Stein to Venoshock. Doppler takes a lot from Dive. Seedra's never two-shot, but it doesn't do a ton. Okay, so I think we can afford to have 2 mods as an answer to everything here. So I think the easiest way is if I start with Masquerade here, and then swap in Dreadnought. Because at -1 attack, Quillfish is not going to be doing a ton at all. I won't be at reduced attack, and then I can just headbutt to my heart's content. Alright, seems good. Cool. So that's the plan there. Dreadnought will need a Petch Berry. Toxic. Anyway, who's it gonna send in next? think it's since Cedra here. Okay. So this is one of those times where I really need to play around crits. Except if Dreadnought's out, which, honestly, if I'm above half health, I may not have to worry too much about this. I can just keep headbutting. Regardless, maybe I'd be better served by switching in Sparky over here. I do have a pretty good... Shockwave is just a guaranteed one-shot. Yeah, its defense is so much lower than its special defense is so much lower than its defense that Shockwave, ironically, is a guaranteed one-shot, and Under Punch is only a little better than a coin flip. Okay, well, not faster. I don't know. Could work. Carnivine, what you got for us? Roar Beam can potentially just delete you. Not faster, even though Leaf Tornado one-shots. Execute, how are you doing? I mean, you do good, but deleted by a Roar Beam. Doppler, Brian's dangerous, you don't do much. What about Mycedra? No, it just straight up does less damage. Okay. Manfu, maybe? Oof, no, Brian. Half even at full health. Brian can just take me out. Yeah, cannot have Aaron in there. That's electric again. What about Prinplup? Well, crits don't do that much. Crits don't do that much to Prinplup. Can't stall it out with Life Do, but I don't know. Honestly, I'm wondering if Dreadnought is not much better. Dreadnought may be a much better use of our time there. So, is there anything else that really does awesome against Quillfish? Tuka doesn't do quite as well. When I'm not nice one attack, everyone can die. I don't one-shot here, but it never one-shots me. Electric, swapping into electric may be better against Quillfish. Worst case scenario, and swap in something. Anyway, Dreadnought, I'll say I can use against Cedra. As far as Celio goes, let's see. Do not want to use Ponyta. Weasel is doing okay here. Yeah, no. Weasel is faster. Brick Break's doing a lot. Can't do a ton even with crits. Maybe that's where we want to be. Ooh, Rock Slide does an absolute monstrous amount of damage after this though. That's the damage with crits, okay. Yeah, I think we can just have Tortuga rock slide that thing to death. Because I mean, Carnivine can just get 2-shot. Execute King just got 1 shot by a Roar Beam. Yeah, I think we can just have Tortuga or Celio. Okay, cool. So, the other 2 Pokemon are going to be Quillfish, potential Quillfish counters. Manfu, you're never 1-shot. Donut Speed. Can at least fake out. If you come in on turn when it dives, then you can let it hit you and just Drain Punch for some decent recovery. Execute can just die. Yeah, I think Prinplup is a good check there. And yeah, Manfu, realistically, Manfu can kind of switch into anything. I'd be worried about it with Celio because of Whirlpool, but Drain Punch does so much. Well, actually, Drain Punch does a ridiculous amount. If we can, it's probably just better to switch that in against Celio. Yeah. Yeah, no, we just want to use this against Celio instead. Because we're going to recover ridiculous amounts of HP with Drain Punch. And it can't both Whirlpool, Hail, and Aurora Beam me within 2 turns of moving, so we're good. Okay, cool. Well, I have my team. So let's grab the Pokemon. Masquerain first. Manfu can go back. Need Electric. Oh, there it is. Electric there. And Dreadnought. Tortuga. Okay, just need Penguin here. Okay, so the main counter to Quillfish here is Electric. I'm worried about it getting poisoned. So it can grab a Pecha Berry. Manfu is the next realistic counter to it. It can also be used against Celio. I'm giving it a Pecha Berry. Everybody else is not meant to directly take on Quillfish. They get away berries. There we go. Alrighty. So, that is everything. We just have to run back over here to actually fight them. Alright, so it is Fisherman Ivan. Alright, let's go. Make sure my team's in order. Yep, good. Alright. Quillfish first. So we intimidate each other. shift in Sparky. So it dives first. Cool. So it's going to move first, and we Thunder Punch here, right? Yes, not Shockwave. Cool. So Thunder Punch it is. Can't one-shot us. There we go. Alright, Black Slash. Now 50 health. Minus 1 attack. Doesn't really matter. Because, nah, even getting hit from dive never KOs us, so we're good. So we just Thunder Punch again. And that is what the Pecha Berry's for. Caesar's next. Now 50 health, do I actually survive any of what Cedra can do against me here? No, Crit Brine potentially KOs me, and I'm not as fast, so no problem. We just swap in, should we? Just to make sure, Chewy over here. Yeah, we just headbutt. Alright, headbutt it down. Now it can't kill us at 48 health. It's probably going to do up to 27 right now. That being said, once we're below half, we have to worry. Not for that much though, because it's super low health anyway. We're 24 health. At this point, Brian's going to do enough to one-shot us. So, all we need to do is switch into one of our other things that can take a hit from Cedar here. Hold on. Die. Which is actually just Prim Plot. Okay. Well, okay, fair enough. Now, I did not think about... Unfortunately, I did not think about the power increase of Brian. Oh, right. I forgot that again. Then I have to assume Brian is dealing the bonus damage. Okay, so yeah, here I'm just gonna go for... Aqua Jet doesn't KO, so I'm just going to go for Bubble Beam, which does. No flinch, please. Thank you. Alright, and now we have Celio. So I'm worried about getting trapped in here with Whirlpool. So all we have to do is shift in Whiskers. Can't believe I forgot Brian wouldn't do extra damage against the others. There we go. I don't see a point to going for Fake Out here. There we go. Get back up to full. have again? One berry, okay. I'm a little surprised it doesn't have leftovers for double recovery. Good job, Whiskers. You only lost 1 HP. Okay, so nothing crazy there. I just had a mini panic attack about Brian for a second. Alright, so getting out of here, back to the Pokemon Center. Then we'll be looking at the next battle. Items from everyone. Alright, so got that. Now we are into the next trainer, which is the double battle. Second to last battle before Rustboro. Okay, so this is going to be a double battle, so we're going to have to map this one out carefully. Alright, so what are we going to try and do here? It's going to start out with it's not separate slots, they're all just gonna come out here. So it's gonna start with Dedenne in slot 1, Clefairy in slot 2. Now this battle nearly gave me a heart attack last time because I did not have good knowledge on how Follow Me works. Basically, if you target it with a move, when on the turn it uses Follow Me, that move is going to hit that slot, whether or not it's a 2-turn move like Dig in the Pokemon. Whether or not the Pokemon faints, 2-turn moves like Dig, it's always the move you select is going to target that slot. And it has priority, so. Yeah, it's got Friend Guard here, so we gotta be careful of that. Okay, so. First things first, is there anything that can easily one-shot Dedenne and outspeed it? Probably not super easily. Electric Fairy. Aaron, what are you doing here? Iron Head does a lot. Weasel, upgrade. Actually, let me double check the priority here. Follow Me has priority of 2, whereas Fake Out has a priority of 3. Okay, good. So I can fake out the Clefable in order to target down the Dedenne here. So, have anything that can one-shot this Dedenne at all? Or, if not, do I have anything that can one-shot the Clefable? Not seeing anything so far. Okay. Yeah. Alright, failing that. Can anything one-shot the Clefable? So we can just fake out to Dene here. Not Masquerade. Penguin's a no. Mainfield would be a fake out user, but definitely no. Aaron. Ooh, Ironhead is tantalizingly close. No. Weasel, no. Carnivine, no. Deer, no. Dreadnought, no. Electric, no. Execute. Cedra, no. Okay. Is it worth it to have Doppler out just to get light screen up? Maybe. Well, regardless. This could be hard to plan. Okay, so I have to take out the Clefable first. That way we don't have to worry about follow me and helping hand ramming this. Togedemaru is an absolute menace though, since we don't have access to ground moves. Do at least have access to fighting in Manshao. Or Minfu. Okay. I am going to have to maybe have Aaron out there. Because after an Ironhead against Clefable, Rockslide, even with a damage reduction, probably does enough to KO it. Not Doppler's Psybeam would, if it followed me from targeting Dene. Electro Web can do a lot against Aaron, that's a problem. I don't have any electric immunity. I have a lot of electric weaknesses. Very least, execute doesn't take much from Electro Weapon. Man, Dazzling Gleam can be an issue. Dreadnought doesn't have to worry about crits, but Electro Web can mess it up. Weasel, or you may be a better fake out user. Ooh, not with Electro Web function doing that much damage. Even with a functioning at a lower power, that's still gonna destroy you if it crits. Okay. Sparky, do you take much damage from either of this? I mean, you can from Dazzling Gleam. Togedemaru, you are the only one that cannot target both my mods. Okay. Alright. So there's several things I could do here. If I'm completely playing around crits, setting up light screen isn't really worth it, but as long as I dodge a few, it's probably good to do so. Okay. regardless, I'm going to need to end it off here. I will be doing some more math on this, and then once I figure out how we're going to approach this double battle, we will be back. Alright. Oh, let me go ahead and save. There we go. Alright.